Welcome back to Good Day Stateline. It's Thursday, which means it's Spirit Day, brought to you by Rush Creek Distilling. Visit the distillery in Harvard or find Rush Creek, where fine spirits are served and sold. I am so excited to have Courtney Walsh here back in the studio. When were you here last? 2020. Right?
Well, I think we were here before Girls of Summer.
Yes.
And
yes.
then, yeah, it was a while ago.
It was a long time ago when we first met in person. You are not just an author of one book. How many books have you written?
I think this was number 17.
That is a lot.
Yeah, it is actually. Somebody asked me that recently, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, that's a lot."
It's a really lot of books.
You'd think it would get easier, but it actually doesn't.
I know. Courtney and I were talking for like 5 minutes in between because I just finished my children's book and I'm reading her book and I'm like, how did you do this more than once? Because I'm spent.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's worth it though.
All right, so I'm going to make the cocktail and the mocktail because I don't want to take time away from you explaining this book. So tell us a little bit about Merry Xmas.
Okay, so basically in a nutshell, the idea is that this girl who has a job a lot like yours is going home for the holidays to do a Home for the Holidays segment for Christmas and, cover all the traditions and all the small town stuff. And when she gets there, she discovers that her ex-boyfriend is spending the holidays with her family.
Like living there, not just hanging out.
Staying there. Yeah. He's they've brought him into the fold. And, I mean, really, I think that happens a lot when you have adult children, and I don't quite yet.
Yeah.
But, they're
getting there.
Family got attached. And so, they were family friends, and so they have a good reason to invite him. But it throws her off when she walks in and there he is.
So I am loving this book. I'm not done with it yet, which is kind of good so I don't ruin it for anyone. I'm on page 132 as of this morning. I read it on the treadmill.
Oh my gosh.
I'm crazy.
I
hold on really tight. And I love it for so many reasons. First of all, I'm mostly an autobiography reader because I like to know the character really fast.
Yeah.
So when I'm reading this book, I'm like, well, I know this character a little bit because she got it. I'm like, it's a lot easier to get.
Does that
get
freak
into
you
the
out for me to say?
When it was like, you're like, it was kind of based on your job, and then I read it, I'm like, Good Day Denver, it was based on my job.
Yeah, it really was. I left here the first time that you and I talked, and I was like, that's the coolest job ever. And for whatever reason, when I think of a job, that's what brings a character. It says a lot about a character. Yeah. I mean, to be able to do what you do. And so I was like, I'm going to write that book. But it took me like 2 years before I was like, this is perfect. And then being able to set up this particular story where they could, have on-air things that happen. And what happens is that her audience ends up loving him, and of course that doesn't make her very happy.
No, it's not on page 132. She is not happy. Let me just tell you.
Yeah,
I actually think I might be at the right part for this discussion. Yeah. She's really mad. She's thinking about working him into her broadcast because she knows people like him, but she doesn't like him. And let's face it, every segment is not your favorite.
No, I can imagine. I mean, I can imagine. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to interview people. You're like, I wish I did it. Not today.
The truth comes out.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Here, yours is the mocktail. Mine's the cocktail. It's called Rudolph's. Well, yours is Rudolph Spritzer. Mine's Rudolph's Tipsy Spritzer. It's cranberry juice, orange juice, Sprite, lemonade. It's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
And these are sugar plum desserts. They're actually individually wrapped. You can buy them. Sugar plum chocolates, just look for them online. I love that they're individually wrapped.
They're so cute.
Awesome. And so you only have to put out as many as you actually need.
And it looks like you made them.
I didn't.
Like that.
Thank you. So you have a bunch of different holiday novels. Are all 17 holiday?
No, I have the one from last year and then a novella from the prior one. But I wrote them after COVID, you know, because I wanted to do something really just light and fun. I mean, it got to some of my other novels are a little deeper and a little heavier, and it got to the point where I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do something fun that can make me laugh, that can just be just for pure joy. And that is really why I wrote my book last year. It's called A Cross Country Christmas. And I mean, I had a blast writing it. And then I think that was kind of the feedback I got. It's like, we like that it just sort of like what people will say is like Hallmark, but without the cheese.
Yes.
Not that Hallmark is all cheese, because I actually really like Hallmark movies.
There are some cheeseless.
But that was kind of the goal, just to have like a nice, quiet escape. I know Christmas isn't great for everybody, so it's kind of nice to be able to and it also gets really busy. So my goal was to create books where the reader could just kind of like relax at the end of a really long day and kind of get lost in it and not feel like, oh my gosh, is the main character going to die?
Yes.
You know?
I will say from my perspective as a reader, I love that you're taking different perspectives in the book. Each chapter switches from Marin to Max and sometimes in between. That keeps me engaged.
Good.
And there's like a lot of chapters, which for some reason that's good too. I don't know. I like it.
Well, shorter. Yeah, they're a little bit shorter.
Where can we get the book?
Different than a children's book.
Yeah.
Sure. Probably the best place is on Amazon. But if people want to go to my website, it's CourtneyWalshWrites.com. They can find stuff out there, but it's on Amazon.
Well, I wish we had 300 hours to talk, but we'll just have to talk during the commercial. All
right. Thank you so much.
It's Throwback Thursday. We'll be right back.